First and foremost, I want to thank you for checking this episode out. I had a lot of fun sitting down with Vinny. He's not somebody that I get to talk to a lot, so bringing him in to talk his bands, how he got into like barbecue and smoking meats and everything else, and then we even got into crypto. It was a lot of fun just to have him on here to talk with him and just have conversation. I think it'll be really interesting. Before we get into it, I just want to give a shout out to Serenity Landscaping Services. Sun's out, your projects that you have, you've been putting on the back burner. You got to get to those. Why don't you make it easy on yourself? Give Serenity Landscaping Services a call. Get some spring cleanup done. Get any of your big projects done. Uh, Anything and everything that involves landscaping, these guys can do. So what you're going to want to do is give them a call at 518-331-0774 and just let them know that Chris from Chewin The Rag sent you. That's 518-331-0774. And then also, while you guys are here, if you could like, subscribe, share, rate, leave a comment, anything at all that helps out the algorithm. It's a free and easy way to help me out. And just share the website. It's easier than going over all the platforms. If you just go to ChewinTheRag.com and share that link, if you actually enjoy this, spread the word. Let's get some eyes on here. I don't really do this for me. It's more or less for the people that I have on here. I say in this episode, actually, like if I have these guys on here, it means I actually enjoy what they do. So the more eyes I can bring to these guys and their projects and the things that they're into, the better. So again, that's ChewinTheRag.com. And if you're into like video games and podcasts aren't really your thing, I do a little bit of streaming as well. If you go to youtube.com/pinchwormgaming, I'm over there. Long story on the name, ask me about it on the YouTube. I'll gladly go over it with you. Again, that's Pinchworm Gaming over on YouTube. It's also on Twitch. I don't really use Twitch often, but I am over there. So if podcasts aren't your thing and you'd rather watch a stream, pop in, say what's up. I'm trying to get on there at least twice a week. But otherwise, chewintherag.com. Subscribe, like, share, rate, and check out Wrong Move and Grand Street. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. And we're good, dude. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. This fucking thing. This is like,
I mean, you're right next to me, so.
yeah, that's true. You never know if it's actually working. This is the first time for this podcast that I've actually like had somebody in person.
Oh shit.
That's why it's like, like ghetto. No. I kick everybody out, dude.
All right, cool.
You want to move that closer? I don't know if
Like that?
Yeah. You might have to get right up into that fucking thing.
Oh.
No, I kick everybody out when I start this thing, dude. Sometimes they'll just like charge in, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, what's up, dude? But like, I just don't stop. I'm like, whatever. I'm just trying not to swear because I just don't need that from him yet.
Yeah, right.
He's like the most persona. Like he'll just pick up on everything. I was watching like I'll just start singing like songs from like It's Always Sunny or like just quoting like stupid movies, and he'll just like, "Hey man," and I'm like, "Oh fuck!" I'm like, people probably think I'm watching this shit with
That's
him.
hilarious.
So I gotta start being more careful. I don't listen to like any sort of like rap with him around because like he slips and says the N-word, and then I'm like, oh fucking yeah, dude. I already live in like a super white neighborhood. Everybody's gonna be like impressionable. I can't do this. Like hardcore music's one thing. He could slip and say like fuck or shit or something, but like rap music, he slips and says that, I'm fucked.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, right.
I'm gonna get beat up. He's gonna get beat up. I can't do it. Oh, my guest today is Vinny Jaeger, dude. Is it Jaeger, right?
Jaeger.
It's not Jaeger. It's Vinny Jaeger, dude.
Everyone pronounces it Jaeger. That's just what it looks like.
I always said Vinny. Anybody I brought you up to, which I guess isn't a lot of fucking people, but like you came up in a conversation, I always said Jaeger. They're probably like, this dude don't actually know him at all.
No, everyone probably thinks that that's my last name.
Yeah,
like it's just normal. My family just wanted the J to be pronounced, so they sounded more American when they came over here.
Yeah, that makes sense. What is that? What's Jaeger?
Germany.
Germany?
Yeah.
I probably could have guessed that. I don't know why I asked it. Like, oh, so how you been, dude? Everything's good?
Chilling.
Just hanging out,
Yeah.
fucking living that life.
It's quite the life to live.
It's so fucking boring once you get to like past 25.
I'm fine with boring, man. I
Yeah,
don't know if I can handle any more excitement in my life.
yeah, it is true. Like that's what was it? Mind Force just came out and they had like a video about like, if you're not going to shows, you're not a part of the scene. And I'm like, I'm not a part of a fucking scene, dude. Like, I'll share the music and shit. I'm just so fucking I have a 3-year-old now. Like, I just don't do shit. I go to work, I
Yeah.
come here, I do this. But like I'm fucking cool with that. Like I got all that out of my system young, I guess.
Yeah.
You've been a part of it years now. Yeah, I saw that expression.
Way too long.
Yeah, dude. Like I started going to shows in high school. Didn't meet you or anybody then. Like I had like 4 people that I would go with, and then I would just go home. Like I didn't hang out. And then like I got back into going into shows probably like 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and then didn't really last long. Went like the last show I went to, I think it was Leeway. I think I told you that was the Leeway and like that Trick Shots, which was
Wrong moves for
wrong
show.
move. Yeah, yeah, it was your first show.
Hell yeah.
Wrong move. And that was like 2018, 2017. I don't even know.
It's like 7 years ago.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you don't leave your fucking house. I don't, dude. I was telling Lenny that like the last show I was going to go to was Concrete played the Warehouse, which we'll get into that because
Mhm.
that's where you're promoting and booking shows,
Mhm.
and didn't go to that. I was like, yeah, dude, I was gonna, and then I probably did some dad shit. I don't know, dude. Like, I can't plan to do things anymore.
I'm the same way, man.
Like, and it's not to be an asshole. I'm not like I don't want to see anybody because I like everybody. I get along with everybody, but I can't do it. It's something always comes up when I try to plan something. Now, if you have kids and you want to go to like the playground, I can plan that. That's fucking easy for me. But events, dude, I just don't do it. I don't know. I gotta start. I gotta be better. Just like once a month, at least come out and see everybody because I do get along with everybody. I'm just like a social media fucking presence. That's how everybody knows me. They're like, I don't know how the fuck I got this kid on my Facebook or Instagram or anything, but he's here and he fucking comments on everything. Oh, so you just dropped the 2023 demonstration with Grand Street.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a part of that? Because it's a bunch of people that have been in former projects and shit.
Yeah, yeah. So it's Trevor from Trife Life. And then we have Johnny. He was in. He's gonna hate me for saying this on this podcast right now. He was in Before I Had Wings.
Okay.
And he was in some other bands before that. We've been friends for a really long time. And then Kevin Landers also played bass in Before I Had Wings.
Okay. Yeah, because
it's just us.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking and I was like, everybody here looks familiar, but I don't know anybody by name. So I was like, who the fuck is this? It's a little 4-piece. It's fun though, dude. They're both like legitimately, I'm not being a kiss ass. They're both like on repeat on my Spotify, like on repeat shit.
Hell yeah.
They're just like they're short and they're fun. Like it's perfect for fucking whatever. I work in a warehouse, so like I just want shit that's like just goes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like what 2.5 minutes, and they're just fun songs. Like talking shit's so fun right now.
Yeah, the first time Trevor came to practice with lyrics for that song and like did it over it, like we couldn't really hear like the other parts of it, but as soon as we hit that like that bass part where he just raps over it, we were like, yo.
Dude,
this is sick.
The first time I heard that, I was like, oh, that's fun. I was like, that's so fucking fun. Cause like it's still hard, but it's fun. And that's what
lighthearted.
Yeah. It's literally what it is. And then Spiral isn't as fun, but like it still has that to it. And I don't know. I think it's gonna be good.
Thank you.
I hope, yeah.
Hopefully people like it.
Yeah, I think so. And like I heard it, and that's when I was like, let me see if he wants to come on here because I brought you up, like I said, to Lenny. I have, I listened to Wrong Move, fucking Death Made Swift. I couldn't think of I like that a lot. So I mean, I like what you do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have you on here. To be honest, it's like,
Well, I appreciate that.
I fucking people are like, how do you come up with like who to get on here? I'm like, if I just enjoy them, I'll get them on here. I don't give a fuck what it is. I had a toy collector on here. Like
That's it.
it could be fucking nerdy. So if it's enjoyable, I'll put them on. If I don't like it, then you're probably not gonna come on. I have friends all the time who are like, get me on, and I'm like, do something. Like, what do you want me to do? Just have you on? What am I fucking promoting for you, dude?
That's funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I think I'd be a good guest, and I'm like, what are we gonna talk about? I even tried getting a buddy of mine who I think would be a good guest, but he's like, what? We're just gonna tell fucking high school stories, and I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. Nobody fucking cares. We're 30 years old now. Like, nobody's gonna be impressed by what we did in fucking high school. So
Yeah.
that's when I was like, all right, let me try to get people on here that I feel like would actually be like promotable, which I feel like you are for multiple reasons. I mean, even outside of music, where did you go for your fucking, it was like a master barbecue or something. What was that?
Yeah, I went down to Georgia to Myron Mixon's compound. Myron Mixon is the dude from Pitmasters. Like he's the face of it, right?
Yeah.
He's like considered, his title is the winningest man in barbecue.
Yeah.
So he's like the Michael Jordan of barbecue.
You were like posting pictures. They're like, I know you're super into it, and you had the swine bully and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking sick. I couldn't remember what it was called. So how'd you get into that side of things? Just like meats and barbecue and smoking.
Growing up, my dad was big into barbecue, right? He always wanted to barbecue. He always wanted to teach me how to barbecue. And I was just like, nah, I'm going skateboarding.
Yeah.
And when he died, like one of the last conversations I had with him, he was talking about like when he was, it was like the most awkward conversation because he was telling me like all these things that he wanted to do when he died, like how he wanted to be handled and like who gets what and like all this stuff. And it was like the most awkward conversation because I was like, Dad, like you're not gonna die, shut up.
Yeah, right.
You
Right.
know?
That's literally what you got.
Like he wasn't sick or anything either. I mean, maybe he was and he never told me.
Yeah.
He had just bought like a nice new smoker that he hadn't really used yet, and he was telling me about it. And he was like, when I die, like I wanted you to have it, so like you should come over and like barbecue with me sometime. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, sure, like we'll do that. And then he passed, and I think that was just my way of coping with it. It's like I just immediately like went out, bought a grill, and then it just skyrocketed from there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I cooked yesterday for the first time this year, and I was having a blast.
Yeah. No, I saw the picture of that. But like I was curious because like out of nowhere one day you just started posting like meats and shit, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, and like people always talk about it. There's like memes that go around like at a certain age you get into like barbecue and like shit like that. And I was like, is he just at that age? I didn't know obviously the backstory with your father and everything.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty fucking cool when you look at it that way. It's like because it's more than coping. It's like a homage to somebody that, you know, as your dad you probably looked up to, obviously, and everything.
Yeah.
So that's really fucking not the answer I expected. So
it's been cool. I get to live out his dream, you know, a little bit for him since he's not here to do it. He was always like, oh, I'm gonna come to your hardcore show and serve barbecue. I'm like, Dad, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, you fucking did.
No, I did.
I was just like, I've seen it, I've had it. It was what show was it? I think it was a food drive, actually. I was supposed to host comedy at it in Waterford.
You did do it.
Yeah, kind of. Dude, I was like, so let me explain that, because I felt so fucking out of place. I was like, yeah, I'll come host it, no problem. And then like Mike brings me on stage, like Vinny brings me up, I feel good. And I'm like, what do I do, dude? Like, am I supposed to do like 5 minutes of comedy now? But just like in hindsight would not have went well. So he's like, just tell a joke. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is not like, this isn't the area for that. I just watch these people dance, and then I'm gonna get up here and be like, so the thing about my mom is like,
no, you should have just started roasting people.
That's what I feel like. That's what he wanted. Like, just an actual host, like just host and
Yeah.
talk shit. But I felt so out of place. And like with comedy, it's weird. I'm talking like I fucking done it for years. But like with comedy, it's weird when like you're in a room that's that open, the walls aren't like the acoustics are just fucking weird. Everything about it's weird. People aren't there for you necessarily. Like it was promoted that I'd be there,
Right.
but people weren't there for me. So I just felt super fucking out of place. Like just so awkward. I think I made like jokes about co-hosts. I was like, that's an easy fucking target. Just
Yeah.
make jokes about co-hosts. Like, it was fun though. It was good. I did.
It was fun.
Yeah, I did 2 food drives that month. I did one for the one that I put on, and then I did that. And it's always cool when, I mean, Valeni's always big on that too. All you guys, that whole crew is really good about giving back, which people kind of overlook that part of him.
Yeah.
He does like the toy drives. Yeah, just gave out a bunch of fucking turkeys this year. So I always respect what he does. And he's always weirdly attached to everything I fucking do, which is strange. Like I started music, he was really cool about like putting me on. When I had my fights, he reached out, he's like, go kick ass, even though I got fucking whooped. He was like super fucking supportive. And then like comedy, he was like, come host. And it's like I never really like put it into perspective how like cool of a dude he is when it comes to shit like that. Cause I don't, like I said, I don't really do shit for him. I don't go to shows or anything. So I always respect him for that.
He's like one of the most supportive people I've ever met in my entire life, man.
And he's a
For
fucking
real.
like he's an ogre. So like you look at him, you're like, he's just a big fucking guy, but he's such a nice dude at his core. Like super supportive guy. And he's doing his podcast thing as well with
Ray.
With Ray. I can't think of the roving culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to share that because like I said, he's a super supportive guy. So anything I could do to help, like I always want to. But it's just fucking weird how many of these dudes I know in quotes because I don't really know anybody personally. And I just look at it. I'm like, how the fuck did I meet any of you people? Like,
ask myself the same thing,
dude. Every time somebody comes on here, that question comes up, and nobody ever's like, "Oh, we met doing this at this thing," and I'm like, nobody ever knows. It's like we're all just fucking here. We're on this rock trying to figure shit out.
Yeah, we all came from a close, what used to be a close community and scene,
Yeah.
So like everyone knew each other, everyone had each other's back no matter what, because we were all into the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's how most of us all met each other.
That's fucking the have your back thing is definitely a thing. If you remember that fucking the Acacia Strait fucking contest show. Were you there for that? The big brawl outside Bogies?
Yeah, I was there for that.
I just missed it. I literally, so we played the day before because it was a 2-day contest. We played the day before, and then the next day I forget. I went to vote for somebody because they voted for whatever, just stupid shit. And I just left, and then everybody's like fucking talking about it, and I'm like, I was there fucking 5 minutes ago. What happened?
That was nuts, man.
And I was like, damn, everybody's like, everybody's got each other's back. And I'm like, I fucking guess so, dude.
A hammer flew by my head, man. It was definitely it was a moment.
Dude, the fucking stories that came out from that, I was like, oh my god, dude. There was like a mace, a bat, not a mace,
bike,
mace,
a scooter.
Yeah, dude, like anything you could fucking think of. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I fucking missed that to go to the fucking movies with somebody, dude. It was insane. Are you still doing anything with Wrong Move? Or are you going?
Yeah. We're playing the Black and Blue Bowl this year.
Nice.
That's May 13th, I believe, or 12th, one of the two. And then we're actually recording in a week.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, we're gonna record 2 new songs.
Yeah.
So
no
pretty excited for people to hear it. It's pretty dope. It's definitely like a mix. We kind of took like what we liked from the original stuff, and then the Death Made Swift stuff.
No.
And then we took out the stuff that we didn't think was needed and then just put them together.
Yeah.
So it's sick.
That's sick.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited for that. That's why I was wondering. I was like, because I knew with Grand Street, I didn't know, if you were focused on Grand Street or Wrong Move. It's just something that you're gonna do on the side, and what the focus was.
My focus is always going to be Wrong Move because that was my main band.
Yeah.
I like singing. Like when I started Grand Street with Johnny, my plan was to write all the songs and then find somebody else to play them so I could sing.
Okay.
And then we were talking about what we wanted, and he was like, "Oh, like we should have like a hip hop thing."
Okay.
And I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
So we were talking and we are like, who's good at that? And I remember posting something on Facebook and being like, yo, Wrong Move needs a singer. Oh, hit me up if you're interested. And Trevor commented on it. And I was like, yo, Trevor would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the stuff he did with Troy Flight, the stuff he did as Sean Braids. I don't know if you ever listened to that or saw him, is fucking hilarious, man. So
No, Triflife I'm familiar with, but not the other.
yeah, so it was really cool and it's going really well.
Yeah,
so
no,
far.
it was I like it. That's why, like I said, I was just curious because I know Wrong Moves, like that's your that was your anytime you're like the vocalist of something, like that's the one you're gonna want to do. Like
Yeah, I mean, I'm
just,
having a lot of fun with Grand Street though, to be
yeah.
honest. I was actually before I came here, I was just sitting on my couch playing guitar, trying to write new songs,
Yeah.
like just trying to think of stuff. But
It is. What's your This is a fucking weird question. What's like your writing process for honestly both? Is it when you write lyrics, is it almost the same process as if you were doing an instrumental? I know it's obviously different types, but
when I write, it can happen both ways. Either sometimes I'll get I guess inspired
yeah.
and write stuff like on my phone or whatever, or like I'll have them write the songs and then they send them to me and then I'll write the lyrics over them.
Okay.
Whereas like with Grand Street writing the guitar, like I knew that I wanted to sound like a certain way and I just wrote riffs to fit that sound. And then when I met Johnny, he helped me make them into songs.
Okay.
And then goes from there.
Yeah.
But it's usually like a two-person process writing.
Yeah, which
It's
makes
not
sense.
like a whole band thing.
Yeah.
Which I wish I learned when I was young.
Yeah.
I'd probably be more successful.
Yeah, no, because like for me, I never really wrote with anybody. It was always like just by myself. And then these guys would jam and I would just try to. It's weird though when you write like lyrics because you have them a certain way in your head. And then these guys jam and they're like, oh, I brought this. And you would think the smart thing to do would just be like, let me put new lyrics to this. And instead, I fucking try to like put these lyrics to what they made. It just sounds like shit. And I'm like,
yeah,
because I'm like, well, guys, I was kind of hoping to do this, and they're like, you didn't even bring it to us. We brought you instrumentals. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's true. Like, I probably should have thought of that. So like, it is. I could see how bouncing off. That's probably the smart thing to do is just have you and one other person at least, and not the whole room, and just kind of
like,
bounce off, and then get everybody together.
Be like, yeah, do you like this?
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas to make this better? But this is how we're gonna sound. If you don't like it, you can bounce.
Right.
Like
yeah, that's
just sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
It kind of sounds like dickheadish, but it's really how it works. You know, that's how professional bands do it.
Yeah,
big bands do that.
Once you're smart and you put ego aside, you can get a lot done.
Yeah,
which is why it didn't really work out because they had the right idea, and I've said this before, but like I thought I had the right idea, and so like I feel like we were both right, but their whole thing was like, well, why don't we actually like sit down, record, put something out, like smart. And me, I was just like, I mean, I'm kind of cool just playing, like being a shitty opener and playing this handful of songs and calling it a day. Like I just didn't take it serious where I probably should have. And that's just led to disagreements. But we were fucking young. It's not like
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Right? Because you want to take it serious, but you don't want to take it serious to the point where like
it's miserable.
Too serious.
Yeah.
Like the idea that like the less you care about something, the less you're trying to do something, the chances are you're gonna be more successful at it if you're not trying. So
yeah, that's true.
You kind of had the right mindset.
That's what I mean. Like I didn't feel like I was wrong, but I felt like I was kind of like stuck in like my own way. Whereas now, as an adult, I'd be like more compromised, and I feel like that's just growing up, though. You fucking get 5 or 4 dudes in a room, there's just gonna be egos, and especially all being young, you gotta just kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think being a dad fucking kind of helps me with that too. You don't want to raise an asshole, like, but you also don't want to raise somebody who's fucking just gonna get stepped on either. So you gotta like have an ego, put it aside when needed, and a bunch of other shit
Yep.
that's boring and nobody wants to hear about. Oh fuck. Sorry, I keep fucking taking sips. I'm fucking
It's fine. My phone keeps on going. I don't know why anyone's trying to talk to me. I'm the worst person to talk to.
I'm just like in a warehouse all day, and I drink, but I don't like drink enough for sure. I like leave my water in the fucking car, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go fucking get it. I'm working, and then I get home and I'm just trying to drink everything, and then let's start a podcast where I got to talk for a fucking hour. So like, I feel like I'm being an asshole because people are trying to talk, and I'm just fucking over here taking sips. So I apologize for that.
No, you're good, dude. No worries.
Fucking, when do you think Grand Street? You guys have a show coming up with Grand Street? You have no shows booked. Do you think you're gonna book shows anytime soon?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll wait. What'll happen is all right, here's the thing about the hardcore scene nowadays,
Oh
man,
boy.
is that it's super fickle. You got to play for the right with the right bands for the right promoter, or your band's not going anywhere.
Mm,
So we're going to play shows, but we're probably going to be super picky
yeah.
and only play shows that we think are going to benefit us. So we'll see what happens with it.
I mean, that's kind of the right way to do it though. Like, even with comedy, you learn about certain promoters where it's just like for me, I was doing like bringers, which they're cool. They're still a show. You're guaranteed a crowd because everybody's forced to bring 5 people.
hmm,
But then you go on like a Facebook group or something, they're like, make sure you don't work for this promoter. And it's like, I just did that stupid fucking show. And so you learn like when the promoter gives a fuck about like what you're doing,
right.
as opposed to, bringers where you're just making a bunch of fucking money for that guy and you're not getting anything out of it. You brought 5 people and everything else. And not that money is something that you want to work for in the beginning anyway. You're trying to really get your craft going.
Right.
But you're not gaining, like, you're not working or anything. That's the thing. Or those promoters don't give a fuck about you. And I don't know if that's what you mean in the sense for hardcore, but for comedy, that's how I always saw it.
It's definitely that way
Yeah.
in hardcore too. Like, I mean, I'm be honest, I don't go to shows nearly as much as I really should. I don't really travel out of Albany all that much,
Mm.
so it's like hard to like get shows in other spots where I would like
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
But like, it's not gonna happen if I don't go to shows. And then at the same time, I get home from work and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Dude.
I'd much rather just sit on my couch and relax.
Yeah, dude, that's literally how I feel. Like, by the time that's actually what started this, and it's beating a dead horse for people that listen to this, but I haven't talked to you in fucking however long. So, but that's kind of what started this was stand up. You have to go out at like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night to go get spots, and you know, there's no practicing here. I got to go do an open mic. I got to sign up for open mics, and you don't get home till fucking like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to wake up at 5:30 for work.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, how can I get that satisfaction? Because I do like it. I was having fun with it, and I was funny enough. I was like, how do I get that satisfaction where I can still bullshit and crack jokes and do everything else? And I was like, right here, honestly. And this wasn't even my idea. Dangerously Average Dudes was another podcast that I had a co-host for.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually his idea, and then it just got super flaky between both of us, like not committing at the same time, whether it's because we couldn't or didn't want to or anything else. But like, I felt like I still wanted to do it, and that's how I came up with this nonsense here, where we're gonna DIY with the fucking divider behind us. There's a fucking. Oh, I don't want anybody to see the couch that's back there. I don't know why this is even up. Who gives a fuck?
All good.
It's literally just a fucking couch. But yeah, it's literally how this starts. I feel like I start and quit on things way too fast.
Mm.
And like I put everything out there and then I'm just like, I get bored. I think I just get bored fast or whatever it might be. MMA was different. You just get sick of getting punched in the face. That's all that is. You get to a certain age and you're like, I can't do this anymore, dude. Like I'm fucking sore.
I don't know what that's like.
Like I'll spar. I'll still go to the gym and spar occasionally with no training, like a fucking idiot. And these guys are all like working for fights, and I'm just like, I'll come help you out. Like you're not helping me out. You're just a fucking punching bag. It's fun. It is fun. The only thing I miss about that is fight night. I don't miss anything else. Training sucked. I'm not somebody who likes to train. I wasn't somebody that liked any of it. Just I'm talking like I won. Like a fight night was always good. Yeah, your ass whooped fight night too. Dude, you just sucked. You were into Muay Thai a bit at one point, yeah.
Yeah. I was training Muay Thai for a little while. I still like it. I'm still interested in it. They got that spot down the street, 518 Muay Thai
Yeah,
or
have you?
whatever. I've went there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like Fitz is a good dude. Like
yeah,
it's a nice atmosphere. It's cool. It's not like it's not I don't know how to I'm not gonna say it. It's very it's a cool atmosphere.
yeah,
And I had fun when I
yeah,
went there for sure. But there's not really there's not many legit Muay Thai spots in our
yeah,
area. It's a
yeah,
lot of mixed style type stuff. There's not many just straight up this is Muay Thai, you know.
yeah,
Um I trained with Eric, my friend Eric Ooch.
yep, yep,
He's he. I mean, even his style's not traditional. It's Dutch, but like
yeah, yeah.
he was in K1 and
Right,
like
yeah.
Road to Glory, and
Eric's
you know,
Eric's legit.
yeah. So that's who I trained with when I wanted to do those fights. But
he he was over at Henzo's, right? He had his own spot over there. Is that where he was? In the
he
back of it, or
I think he did at one point where he was helping them.
yeah.
He was also working at I think Rat Pack or something
Okay.
in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Which was, I mean, I only went there once. Most of the time we went to Title down there. He like, I don't know, he just like brought me in there. They had a ring and some heavy
Yeah.
bags, and he just yelled at me and told me that I hit like a girl the whole time. And then when I couldn't do sit-ups anymore, he called me a pussy. I'm like, dude, I've been doing sit-ups for like 5 minutes straight. And he's like, I can do them just fine. And you get down, he's like, and I'm fat. You just embarrass me.
Dude, once you're like around one of those legit dudes, you're like, I fucking suck at everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
he's nuts, man. I'd go there and we'd train, and we were training twice a day. So I'd go there, and I lived with him for a week. So like we'd train twice a day, and then we would go to the bar where he needed to work, and then he would just get shit faced and try to get me to get shit faced. And I'd be like, bro, we have to train in the morning. And he's like, we would just do like this and this, and then we just go train. Like, why are you being such a bitch about it? And I'm like, I will die.
I can't do what you do. I'm sorry.
Dude, he's a monster.
You're a fucking machine.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, once you get around somebody like that, you're like, I suck. Like this dude could fucking kill me. That's all right. Like that's what he was fucking traded for, I guess. But I've seen the 518 Muay Thai. I never popped in. I didn't know if they were like, guys training to fight, or if they were just like a almost like a cardio kickboxing thing. I didn't know if it was that.
No, they train to fight. They fight Westchester fight nights and stuff
Oh
like
no
that.
shit.
Like Muay Thai fights. You don't see them doing like cage wars or
Yeah,
that,
no.
which is cool. Like a lot of I don't know, like, it's cool to, like, have, like, an actual Muay Thai school,
Yeah.
like, in the area.
Yeah.
Um,
Even like promotion wise, like Cage Wars, they might have a kickboxing thing, but I don't think so. And it's not Muay Thai still.
you're right.
So yeah, it is cool to see like a school dedicated to that. Whether it's traditional or not, it's one thing, but just
Right.
dedicated to like the art of Muay Thai because every gym wants to be an MMA gym now. Like
Yeah.
you have like a couple legit boxing gyms around here,
Mhm.
but every other gym, even BJJ schools, still are just like they always end up crossing over into MMA.
Yeah.
If you got to check that, you can.
No, I know, dude.
You're
I'm
good.
turning it up. I'm turning
Okay.
making it silent so keeps on going off. But
My fucking like I was using this as the light at one point because I didn't have this yet. And like I'd be like, what the fuck? My whole table would be shaking because like the tripod's on the table. And I'm like, I'm terrible. Like this DIY thing's not for me. I need a producer or something. It sucks. That's another thing with this that like you have to have fun with it because otherwise it does suck to just like I didn't go to school for fucking editing or anything. So it's literally like another fucking job to sit here and learn how to do this shit. And I'm still figuring it out. But once it stops being fun, this is all going on eBay for fucking $2. Somebody could just steal it from me. I don't care.
it's sick though that you can like like you can just Google shit now or like YouTube. Don't know how to do something, YouTube it.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. That's literally
Anything. You know?
literally my fucking YouTube history is just boring nerd shit. It's
Yeah,
not there's
same.
nothing cool about it. It's just and it's stupid shit too that anybody could fucking you just plug it in. I'm like, oh well, I didn't fucking know you just plug it in. Like I looked up like how to hook this stupid webcam thing up, and
Mhm.
they're like, there's no software, you just plug it in. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking throw my phone into it. I'm fucking stupid.
It's so funny like how simple things are, but like thought process wise, you just think that there's got to be something like I'm
Yeah,
missing,
like anything, everything else in the world has like software updates or software you have to download. I was like, this is a camera. It's like it's a webcam, dude. Like it's not, you're not setting up a fucking camera. Relax. I'm like, I don't know, dude. You just figure my fucking PlayStation controller has updates now. You used to just plug
Yeah,
those in. Like
it's nuts.
literally everything runs on certain softwares that need updates. So just fucking stupid shit. Speaking of nerdy shit, like I messaged you earlier and I was like, I'm gonna bring it up because I don't know anything about you're like big into crypto. Or you were at one
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
I don't know
I still am.
if yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So for people like me who are just ignorant, and I know you said you can Google everything, and I've tried and I don't get it. For crypto, like how did you manage like how did you get into crypto? Like what brought you to because like I don't understand it still.
Crypto was something that I wanted to get into.
Mhm.
I wish like I did back then, but like way back, like when Bitcoin was like worth like nothing, I
Yeah.
was trying to figure it out and I couldn't. And then like Coinbase wasn't as user friendly as it is now back then.
Mm.
And like I was like, I don't want to do this because I'm going to put money in this and it's going to go nowhere. It's going to eat my money. I'm going
Right.
to be screwed or like I'm going to get scammed and they're going to steal from my account. Like it was like super like nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Like I had it set up. I was like, I'm going to do it. And then I was like, oh, it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah. It's like I felt like an old person because I was like, I don't trust it. Like, get it out of here.
That's a
And
lot of
like,
people.
oh, and like now it's super popular, and I'm still like, I just don't get it. Like,
It's like so think of it this way. The average lifespan of a fiat currency, so like our dollar, is
mhm.
35 years. And our dollar's been around for how long? How much is it really worth now?
Yeah,
It's not worth nothing. It doesn't have any worth. It used to be pegged at a gold standard, and then they got
yeah,
rid of that in the 70s.
yep,
And then now it only has worth because of oil,
right,
right?
right,
You when you buy oil from Saudi Arabia or whatever, like you're most of the countries are paying in American dollars.
Right.
No matter what
Right.
country you're from, the only way you're getting oil for your country is to pay with American money. So that's why our dollar has worth, and that's probably also why we are stick our nose in their business constantly.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin and like our dollars, obviously, they inflate it, they print it like it's nothing. Like
Yeah.
the less money is in circulation, the more it's worth. Meanwhile, we just printed out like 600 billion more dollars like the other day, dude. Like it's completely not worth anything anymore. But like crypto was created as a counter to that, as like, okay, they set up this computer system, and in the code it says there can only be 21 million Bitcoin ever, right?
Okay.
So it's not going to be changed. Once it's all gone, it's gone. 20 million's already been mined, so
Right.
people already have 20 million.
Okay.
So once the last million coins are gone,
That's it.
that's it.
That's it.
Nobody else is getting any more Bitcoin. And trying to think of how to word this. So essentially, like, you have these computers, they're called miners, right? And all they're doing is doing math problems constantly. And by doing this process, when you figure out the cryptography code or whatever, the key, those miners get Bitcoin as a reward. But what they're getting rewarded for is actually they're securing the whole system.
Okay.
Just keeping it safe. So you get these Bitcoin as a reward, and it's like pretty decent. Like you get, like, I think right now you get 6 Bitcoin for every time if you solve the problem. But if you solve the problem, you get the 6 Bitcoin, nobody else gets it, and then everyone is starting over to try to get the next.
No shit.
So once you get it, you're helping out secure the system. And then every like 4 years, I think it is, I could be wrong here, there's a halving cycle. Like ours is coming up next year. And then that means that the miners will get half of what they were getting previously, which makes the supply drop and the demand go up automatically. Okay. And then, so you have dollars, right? So think of 1 Bitcoin is worth 1 Bitcoin, just like $1 is worth $1. And then fractions of a Bitcoin are called Satoshis or sats for short. So like there's only 21 million Bitcoin, but like you will be able to break stuff down to sats to pay people. You get what I'm saying? Okay. In the future. So you won't pay in Bitcoin. You'll pay in sats.
So you'll pay in those fractions of
a Bitcoin.
Okay.
And they can be broken down way more than a dollar.
Yeah.
Right?
The dollar's a dollar. There's no
right. Like you have 10 cents, 25 cents, a nickel, and a penny. We don't even have pennies anymore, right? They stopped making them, I think.
Something like that.
I think they got rid of them. But so you'll be able to pay people in sats. So if you have a Bitcoin and you're going to be able to pay people in sats, and the world economy is going to, the idea is that the whole economy of the world is going to be able to use this, and that we're all going to be able to share these 21 million Bitcoin, right? And pay each other and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like you got to think, how much money is 1 Bitcoin going to be worth at that point? Like a lot of money, man.
A shit ton.
Right. So like, that's why, like you're thinking ahead of the game. But I mean, a lot of stuff can change though. The government can say no.
Yeah. That was the big worry with that. I mean, it still is, obviously.
Definitely.
Is once they start fucking interfering with it.
But then you got to think, then it'll just go back to the black market where it came from.
Right.
And it'll be worth even more because it's banned.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they don't have access to your code. They can't trace it back to you.
Right.
All you are is a number.
No shit.
So and like the cool thing about it is like, if the government is using Satoshis or like Bitcoin, whatever, and they're sending their money to other countries to pay for shit, you can see everything the government's spending on. We could figure out, okay, this one code that's sending mad money to all these other countries, that's the United States for sure.
Yeah.
And then you could track their wallet to like sense them. They can't really do that
They
to
can't do
us,
that bad. Right. Right.
because we're not going to be sending billions of
Fucking
dollars
billions and
to
trillions
other
of
countries for war,
no shit. And then obviously Bitcoin's like that's the coin.
Yeah.
But like how is there a way for you personally? Like how do you tell like when one of these new coins that pop up like you know what I mean? Like how do you know what's legit and what's
You got to do a lot of
that's just you
do
researching
your
shit?
own research is
Yeah.
like they're saying, right? So you got to like research stuff, and it kind of helps to understand like supply and demand, and being able to use like apps like CoinGecko,
Okay.
where like you can look up a coin, it'll tell you where you can buy it, it can tell you how much it's gone up in the year, 60 days, 30 days, 7 days, and 1 day. And then it'll tell you the available supply, how many are already sold out of that supply, and generally some general information about what the project's about.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually a link to their white paper, and their white paper is like their mission statement. They're telling you like this is what we're about, this is what we're doing.
Okay.
A lot of them are garbage.
Yeah.
um there's very few that are really trustworthy, and when you think about it, the reality is like when the SEC and all these other companies start cracking down on these and start regulating them, they're all gonna 90% of them are gonna fail.
Mm.
They're not gonna be Dogecoin is not gonna be a thing
Yeah,
10
that
years
was the
from
big
now.
one. Like
It was a big
it
one because
was
it was worth nothing and everyone could make a
yeah.
lot of money off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like that was when I mean not first, but really heard like people who I'd never heard talk about any like crypto or any type of coin. That's when I was like, all right, guys, like so now all of a sudden like this thing came around and you're all gonna be fucking rich off of it. And I mean, I guess a few people, did cash in on it for sure.
Definitely.
But like it faded so fast, Doge did. I mean, you
Yeah.
hear very little about it compared to I don't know, a year ago maybe, probably at this point.
It was a hype thing.
Yeah. Like
It was just the latest fad at that time.
yeah.
I got into crypto through Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Like re-sparked my interest in it. I was already interested in it before, but I was like, oh, like I can get on Robinhood and just buy this.
Yeah, that's
So
what
like I was
like
buying it and I was seeing my money go up, and I was like, man, like this coin is like what's considered a shit coin. Like
yeah.
what are the real coins like? And then like I got into Bitcoin, I did stuff, and then I went to like this thing called Crypto Academy with Anthony Papolino, who's like one of the main people in the space.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I did like his like 7 week course or whatever, which was pretty cool. But like it's also like nerve wracking. Like people talk to me and they're like, "Oh, what do you suggest? What
Yeah.
would you do?" And I'm like, I can't tell you what I would do because it could all go away tomorrow.
Right.
And
Like
you'd hate me. And I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
be a
deal with
fucking
that.
enemy now. Like, I don't want that,
You can
dude.
invest in Bitcoin, but people don't want to hear that because they're like, Bitcoin's worth $20,000 right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna get one Bitcoin. And it's like, even if you got a tenth of a Bitcoin,
Right.
a tenth, that is going to be worth $1 million one day if
Yeah.
you think about it
Yeah.
mathematically. Like once it's all gone, and once it's all gone, like that tenth of a Bitcoin is going to be worth so much money.
Yeah.
They're estimating that when all of the coins are gone and all that stuff, their estimate is that it's going to be worth like 10 million a coin.
No shit.
So if you have a tenth of a Bitcoin, then you have $1 million.
Yeah.
And it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
But the thing is like holding on to it.
That's the tough part.
Like watching it go from 60K and you being like, yes, and then having it drop to 20K and you being like, I have nothing. Especially when you bought in at 60K and then it drops. Like a lot of people are like, it's down. Why are you doing that? It's like because that's when you want.
Yeah, that's
when it's down, when it's looks like it's. They always say, buy the fear, sell the greed.
Yeah.
So if it's going up, you're supposed to be taking profit. When it's going down, that's when you start buying.
Putting back in.
So
okay. Yeah, it's always interesting because like you always see people like hold like don't fucking do it. And it's like
well, yeah, they're gonna lose money too if you put the money out.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
Yeah.
But the thing that sucks though is that like some of those people like they've been loading up on this coin for forever, and they know, when it hits 50 cents or when it hits $1, I'm selling all my shares and getting out.
Yeah.
And if you have, that was the problem with Dogecoin, was like so many people had such a massive amount of it that when it hit if it ever hit $1, they were going to pull it out and it was going to tank, So
that is super fucking interesting because it's communal. Like
yeah,
if you really
definitely.
break it down, it's super communal and
It,
everybody's kind of reliant on each other in a weird way.
yeah, I don't know. It's even like not even looking at it from a money standpoint, like the blockchain technology is gonna take over our whole world, in my opinion. Like it's just because it's so convenient.
Yeah.
The idea, a lot of people don't realize it, but like you go to a doctor, right? And you do all this stuff and then taking your medical records and then they're selling your information
Right.
to another a company for research purposes. So if you're fighting cancer or something and they're studying you and they're selling your data essentially to a different company, you're not seeing any of that money. They're benefiting from your sickness. And like now, like with blockchain, you could have an app on your phone with all of your medical records and you could sell it and you could make that money
Oh
that they're
no
getting.
shit.
Like you'll be able to have your whole driving. You won't even need a wallet anymore.
Yeah.
Your ID, your registration, you won't lose those ever again. You just, here you go, officer. Here's my QR code. Scan that.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks. Give me my ticket. Bye.
Yeah, I can all
They'll probably be like, okay, we're gonna give you a ticket. Let me scan your QR code.
dude,
And then
fucking
that's
assholes.
like,
Oh fuck.
it's crazy like how it's gonna help with, and like I don't really understand and I've tried to like read about it, but like the energy stuff, like blockchain with like solar technologies and stuff, you would be able to, I don't really understand how it works, to be honest, but like you'll be able to have solar panels on your house and you can sell your excess energy to other people who need it and make money off of it. Like there's like, it's like a bunch of weird like stuff that I'm not really privy to.
Yeah.
But like the idea of like automation, auto cars, right? You and your boys could buy the next Tesla if they become fully automated whenever.
Yeah.
It's probably a long way down the road, but like you'd be able to buy a car, a bunch of you pitch in, buy this car. It drives on AI. It could essentially go pick up people, drive them to the spot. They pay the car, right? And the car splits it up and sends it to each of your individual wallets, and you all get paid instantaneously.
No shit.
Like it's like next level, like really far away type stuff.
Yeah.
But it's almost inevitable.
I was just like, that was literally the word I was gonna use. Cause like just for you look at it just for convenience at that point. How do you not go that route?
Yeah, it's like, they just got to regulate it. But it's kind of hard to focus on regulating something like this when you're focused on helping Ukraine or getting ready to fight China over Taiwan or whatever it's doing now.
Is TikTok a fucking spyware that's gonna kill us all? Which it might be. So let me know.
I don't know if the spyware is gonna kill us, but I mean they could use that stuff to like know.
Yeah, for sure.
The most, who uses TikTok? Children, teenagers.
Me.
You want to cripple the country? you want to hit people where it hurts. You find where the most people are that are kids using that, and you destroy it.
They were. I was listening to some podcast. It might have even been like some Joe Rogan shit, but like one of the theories that somebody had was we don't like TikTok because we didn't come up with it first. It's like we've been dominating like Facebook, MySpace, like Instagram, all the social medias have like been dominated by us. And then some other fucking country comes out with TikTok and it just steamrolls everybody.
It's fun. It took a really long time.
It did.
Though. Like it would be like Facebook for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
It would be like TikTok, try this thing. And like, that looks stupid. I'm never gonna try that. Why would people do that? Dude, it's huge.
It is. Like literally, I wouldn't have. I didn't. I avoided it. I never downloaded it, and then I started this shit up, and this is all based on like audio and video. Like, what's the biggest audio video? Fucking, I'm like, it's fucking TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
so like, I'll throw a clip on there, and it gets 1,000 views, and I'm like, how the fuck did you, I don't? I have like 150 followers. Who the fuck's looking at this?
I mean, that's pretty sick.
It is sick. I don't know if it's actually doing anything though. That's
I
the
mean, if
other
it's
thing.
exposing you to people,
Yeah,
I guess that's helpful, right?
yeah. But
Maybe
like,
maybe their algorithm, they haven't set
that's what
algorithms
I'm.
to censor you like Facebook or
Yeah,
Instagram do, you know?
I'm wondering if like how much of that's leading to, are people, because people are so like scroll happy now. I feel like with TikTok, like, are people actually, looking at that and going, I like that, and popping in? Do people
Mm.
still even do that? Like, I do it. Like, if I see something, I follow through and I'm like, what's this person all about? But it is with how like children are predominantly on that app for sure. They don't give a fuck about seeing this. Like, you look at that and you're like, I'm not looking at this fucking Rosie O'Donnell fuck. I don't care about that, dude. And it's like, so I wonder how much of that actually does benefit me, or if it's just like empty views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if fucking two people see it and they follow me, I'm like, I'll take it. Fuck it. The goal is to get enough on there to live stream, but you need like fucking 1,000 or 10,000, whatever it is.
Oh,
It's like,
really?
yeah, dude, it's insane. So you really gotta like, I'm not focused on TikTok. So if you want to live stream on there, you do gotta. It's a whole fucking process. Whereas like YouTube, I just go on my PlayStation, I could go live, and I'm live on YouTube. So it is weird the way they got shit set up, but that blockchain shit's super interesting. That was the one thing I was like, I want to talk bands and everything, but I don't know shit about crypto. That's why I was like, it's just one of those things that I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about.
If you want a good book to read or audio book to read, the gold standard or the Bitcoin standard
Yeah.
is probably a good one to start with. It's got a lot of good information and talks about the history of it and why it exists and the basics of Bitcoin. And then you have like Ethereum and like that whole thing looks
Yeah.
completely different than Bitcoin. So
Yeah. See, that's like, I've seen you post about like Ethereum and everything. I didn't know if it was like,
it's cool.
yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people think it's gonna do better. Like a lot of people are thinking like Bitcoin is Apple and
Oh,
Ethereum is Google,
okay.
like we don't know what's going to happen, but you also don't know because it's not regulated yet,
Right.
right? So the SEC can come in and eliminate everything. Like Ethereum needs those altcoins, those shit
Yeah.
coins to function, to have any sort of purpose.
Right.
If you get rid of all of them, what is the purpose of Ethereum? It doesn't have one.
True.
Whereas Bitcoin doesn't need anything. Bitcoin is just
It's
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Right. Right.
And you can sit there and you can there are layer twos where people are building apps on top of Bitcoin now, or they're working on it to go against Ethereum. But I mean, I don't really know. I saw the other day that you can do NFTs on Bitcoin now, which is wild.
That's fucking.
It doesn't look as cool so far. It looks super like Super Nintendo looking.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's like pixelated and
Super
shit.
fucking pixel.
It's interesting, but like I was like, what is this? How is this a thing? But another thing that they really, because when I did that crypto academy thing, like
Yeah.
a lot of them are what you'd call Bitcoin maximalists.
Okay.
So like they think everything that's not Bitcoin is trash. So
Uh
like they'll be like, "What's your favorite crypto?" And I'd be like, "This," and they'd be like, "That's fucking stupid. you should just you should just you should just get rid of that now because all they're trying to do is take your Bitcoin."
yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if that I mean, if I'm making money off of it, I guess I don't really
Right.
care,
Yeah. Like,
but he made a really good point though. He was like, when you invest in something on Ethereum or any of these altcoins, you got to think to yourself, what is the purpose of this project?
mhm.
And then the next question you have to ask yourself is, why can't this already be done on Bitcoin? And it's accurate. Everything can be done on
Yeah.
Bitcoin, and it's way more secure. But even like stuff that I really truly believe in. Like I believe in Telcoin, which is like a
Yep.
coin that its whole thing is like to interrupt like the remittance service.
Mhm.
So like all these people who work here, but their families are in other countries, right? And they have to use Western Union to send their money to their families.
Right.
It's like, oh, it takes like 7 days for it to hit them, and you have to pay money. Like they're taking a percentage out of it to make that happen.
Right.
But with like Telcoin, their thing is that we won't take any fees or very little fees in comparison, and your family will get it instantaneously. You don't have to wait.
That's sick.
So that's sick. But then when you think about it, if your family has Bitcoin and you have Bitcoin and your family has a Bitcoin wallet, you could just send them that money. And like the government can't track it and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah. So that's where they would ask you like
Well, I like but like the thing about Telcoin is that it's actually working with the government. So the Nebraska came out with like a law. I forgot what it was called. But they came out with a law where they're working with Nebraska through Congress to create the first digital asset bank. And that's why Telcoin is special.
No shit.
In comparison to other coins. And that coin is only not even close to half a penny right now.
Yeah, so like, you could
there's
buy into that.
There's lots of room for growth. And then another one is Bax, which is doing the same thing, but they're doing it out in Europe, out near there, I think, or somewhere out there. That one's pretty good. But really, other than that, man, like Bitcoin is just way better.
It's king right now.
It'll always be king.
Yeah, it's king.
Using the other stuff is cool, and if you can put your money into something safely and then watch it grow and then take it out and put it into Bitcoin or put it into whatever else you wanna do. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's a fun feeling.
Yeah, I mean, all that led to like interest in like Robinhood, and people were learning about like stocks and shit through that. So it's pretty cool. It's important stuff because I didn't know shit about stocks. I still barely do, but it's at least you got a foot in the door when you get over there.
I mean, like when you really think about it, that's why people are so. I mean, it's not why the most wealthy people are wealthy, but like a lot of those people don't have dollars.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk does not run around with millions of dollars in his pockets, like handing it out or whatever. Like the dude says he's like homeless pretty much because all of his stuff is in his assets.
Yeah,
he sells his assets and he loses all that money, right?
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's
literally what net worth is. It's assets,
right?
Like, it's not how much you physically possess. You're not pulling out a fucking briefcase every time,
right?
Like,
and you have to sell that asset when you need the money to pay for the other stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, like his father in the emerald mines and all that stuff, set him up for life. That's why money. He's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like people can feel how they want to feel. But
we all hate the rich. We know. We get it.
I don't hate anybody.
No, I just know what the wave is right now. It's
everybody. Like you'll say one thing positive about Bezos or Elon Musk or like anybody who has more money than somebody else, that you're like the most ignorant, biggest piece of shit on the face of the planet.
Yeah, I'm afraid to post about the Cybertruck because I'll get fucking hung. I won't be able to do my stupid podcast in my stupid living room.
Everyone has such a problem, but none of them are stopped. How many of them people are going to own Teslas when they can actually afford one?
Yeah.
How many of those people are going to still use Amazon every day or Netflix or whatever?
iPhone, like,
right?
You don't think there's blood in that phone, dude? It doesn't. Everything that you enjoy, it's got dirt on it.
Everything built in this world came from somebody else's suffering. Everything,
literally.
Nothing was ever created out of goodness.
You're gonna fucking kill yourself.
Most of the most useful items or things that we've ever came up with that we use in ordinary life were used for war first.
Yeah,
We literally used the wheel just to kill people. And then we were like, oh, we can use this on buggies. Like, you know,
I don't have
we
to
can get
walk
around
the
them easier. Like that's like most inventions.
It's
man.
literally like you're not gonna survive if you actually become one of those people and you're like, I'm not using this, this, and this because this guy, like, you're just gonna die, dude. Like, you're not gonna make it, I promise. It's fucking it's insane. Cause like I said, all these people, you're on your fucking iPhone tweeting about how bad this person is. Like, you know how many kids are fucking dead because of your iPhone, dude? Like, there's shit in there that you don't know where it came from. You don't want to fucking know where it came from, but we all use it.
It's
I just ended on the most depression note.
it's all pretty terrible, but you know,
It is,
that's the world we live in.
What are we gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Tweet,
there's very little
Facebook post,
fortunately.
Not use Twitter anymore because Elon Musk bought it. Like, I'm not. That's just too much work for me.
I barely use it now. I don't care. No. I don't have TikTok. I just have my Instagram and I have my Facebook, and I really don't post anything.
No, you really don't.
I'll update my stories, and that's it. I'll share bands. I'll share my barbecue stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even really share crypto stuff all that much anymore because, like, I don't want people get mad about it, and then you get into some argument about stupid shit that I don't care about, or like people asking me to help them, and it's like, yo, I would love to help you, but I don't want to tell you what to buy, and you get mad at me and you lose your money. That sucks.
Like any type of investing, like it ain't worth. You're gonna fucking hate me. Like, you're gonna hate me, dude, because it's going to eventually. You're gonna have to cash out, and or you're gonna feel like you have to cash out rather because it's gonna tank, and then you're gonna be like, I had 50K at one point, like you said.
Yeah.
Like,
and you gotta hold. I know so many friends that I like helped when I started doing it, and they were like, oh, I want to get into it too. So like I would made videos to show people how to set up their wallets, or I'd take phone calls and explain to them why their thing wasn't working, how to get it to work right. Like, and then like a lot of people invested in all of this stuff, and they were all for it when it was going up. But then as soon as it started going down, like people were like, yo, I sold all my shares of that. And I'm like, well, that sucks because now it's about to be worth way more money. Yeah. Like, dude, I didn't tell you this entire time, like, you're fucking set. But you sold all of it. So I don't know. That sucks.
Oh, it is shitty.
But it's just discipline. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard to look at your money and be like, yo, I had like $60,000 and now I have $5. Yeah, no, it is shitty. It's not a good time.
It's not a good feeling.
No, it's not.
You gotta just, unfortunately, you gotta just hope. Just like
it's like just learning about the space itself, like taking the time. Like I didn't even know that Bitcoin ran in 4-year cycles.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. So I just learned that recently. So like after 3 years from now, then you can expect the 4th year that it's going to tank, right? Yeah. So if you're up, you just take your money out. And then when it tanks, you just put it back in, and then you'll have more. Right. You know, so when it goes up, you'll make more money. Like, it's just about doing stuff like that. But it's
none
of the people that are rich from that got there by selling their stuff or just being lucky. They sat there and they dealt with it, and they believe in the space. They believe in like the technology and what it's gonna do. It's not like just something to make.
Yeah, it's not like they just them,
you know.
Right. I mean, you said discipline. Like just know, like you gotta see it, and you can't just fucking give up right away. Yep. It's like anything, honestly. But what are we? We're at hour 5. We could probably wrap it up. Where can people find you? What you want to plug your bands and Instagrams and everything else?
I guess
the awkward part.
If you want to follow my bands, you could follow Grand Street at Grand Street Hardcore, Grand Street HC on Instagram, and Wrong Move HC on Instagram as well. That's it. You don't want to follow me. I suck. We'll just argue about dumb shit. I have no self-control.
Yeah, no, I literally I mostly use like you said, I use stories a lot. I really don't post much. Facebook, I post my son and then like upcoming episodes of this shit. Like I don't have time for arguing, and that's literally all people use social media for now. So
it's dumb because it could be used for so much better.
I like I feel like at one point it was.
Yeah.
And then like people just got away from it once the news got a hold of it, and you could just see everything from around the world and give people something to fucking argue about.
Yeah.
Once it got outside of your circle, it fucking sucked. But follow Grand Street, follow Wrong Move, go to a show. I'm not gonna see you there, but go to a show.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy. We're out of here.
Peace.